And then let's do speaker view. I think that works. There we go. Well, welcome everybody to our Monday night call. We do these actually every single Monday night. So if there's something that you are enjoying attending right now, then save this link and jump on every single Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We usually talk business, but tonight we're going to talk product because I want to share with you guys a lot of the amazing stuff we learned from convention. And I'm going to move rather fast because I have 100 slides, but I'm not going to share all of them in depth, okay? Because I was sitting right in front of the screen, so I took pictures. So that's the slides. It's nothing fancy. So you guys are going to get firsthand dibs on everything that you missed at convention. Okay, somebody just somehow screen shared. Shannon, you are accidentally screen sharing for some reason. I don't know how that happened. There you go.
All right, Shannon, why don't you take it from here?
Yeah, there you go. Why don't you tell everybody? That is hilarious. Okay, so I'm going to screen share and pull up my slides for you guys. All right, where are we? Here we are. Okay, we are going to kind of roll through. And can you pull up
I can.
the recap, please?
Yes.
And go to. All right, so we're gonna start with Thursday. What you missed on Thursday, which was a lot of great information. Thursday was the day for, I believe, rolling out new product. This change has already taken place. The shipping prices changes. So if you aren't on a computer right now, you're on the phone or something. The shipping prices have dropped almost in half. Okay, so the economy shipping is now going to be $3.99. The UPS ground is $6.99. Second day air $11.99, and the next day is $24.99. So I love this change. This is awesome. I mean, $3.99 is amazing for. I always do economy shipping. I do cheap shipping usually, unless I absolutely need the product as soon as possible. So $3.99 and $6.99 are the really great deals right there.
Can I add something?
Add whatever you want.
So I don't know if you guys can see me. Maybe you guys can. Maybe you guys can't. But when David Sterling presented this slide during his little quick introductory session, he said that this is what we are going for to actually get toward free shipping. So he actually has.
We're moving in that direction.
They're trying to move toward free shipping. Who knows when, but that's the ultimate goal.
So I love this change. This is amazing for all of us who love ordering, every single month. And obviously we are going to get those points, even the $3.99 back in points. So this has already happened. I just looked in the back office because I had to go update my cart a little bit with some things we needed. So I double checked and this is already there. So on your next order, you got this. Okay. Awesome deal. Ooh. Let's see. There we go. All right, guys, this is incredible. And this is going to be actually what sets doTERRA apart big time. And I think I'm going to tell you about that in a minute because I got better slides. I'm just going to kind of scroll through. Like I said, I took pictures of everything because I didn't want you guys to miss anything. This is kind of just a comparison of how much we've grown and how many more essential oil single oils and blends that we now have to offer. So I love the changes.
And I believe that we're now looking at 108 kind of supplements or supplementary products as well.
Amazing. I love it. These are some really great facts. So I can't remember who presented, but just some really good updates on, where doTERRA is ranking in terms of the natural healthcare companies. And then we're also going to see just in comparison with other companies in regards to retention. So you can see right here, number 2, which is pretty amazing. And guys, Nu Skin's been around since I was a kid. My best friend's neighbor
did you know
used to sell them.
On the side of the VSHA in Salt Lake, it's actually sponsored.
So Nu Skin's just a huge company, and doTERRA's right there at number 2. So I love seeing us up there for And this is for the United Natural Product Alliance.
So we said that this was all on Thursday, but as you can, as you'll see, we kind of jumped around. So realize that this is just a convention recap, and this is what you missed.
This is just what you missed, and we're just going to take you through it at our super fast pace because me and Frank talk really fast. So.
Yep.
These are where we source all of our oils around the world, and the new ones I believe are not added to that, which we're going to kind of tell you guys a little bit more about.
We source over 100 countries. Or excuse me, we source 46 countries, I believe 26 of which are developing.
Yes,
that's the correct.
You're right. One person with passion is better than 40 merely interested. I love this quote. And of course, they talked about this. What does he have? What is the disease?
Okay, so this is Team Hoyt, by the way. That gentleman who's actually pushing his son. This is a father-son combination. You'll have to go to just check it out. I believe it's like, if you're interested, it's a wonderful story of overcoming. The father there that is pushing his son, the son was born with, I believe he's paraplegic, and he also has cerebral palsy. And he looked at his dad one time, and he just simply said, I want to know what it feels like to run. And so like this kind of inspired his father, who was like, I believe in his 40s at the time, to actually start taking up marathon training. And so, boy, he's like, I think this has been going on for 10, 15 plus years. I think he's ran in like 20 some odd marathons or something like that. And he's also done a bunch of triathlons as well. And the best part of the scenario is that, or the best part of the story is that he actually finished like a 5K when this thing first got started. And his son turned to him and he said, Dad, I actually felt like I didn't have a handicap, or I didn't felt like I was disabled while you were running with me. And so obviously that pulled a huge heartstring in Dad, and they finished all of those races together. One real cool story as well about the father is that I believe he has a lot of cardiovascular problems. Matter of fact, I think he may have suffered from a heart attack or two before he picked up running. And now he's like, obviously he's a competitive runner. And oh, by the way, he pushes his son in a wheelchair during all of these competitions. He actually puts his son in a boat when he does the swimming in a triathlon. It's a pretty incredible story. It's a real incredible team.
All right, here is our first new essential oil that I'm going to hand over to my husband here to talk more about. But I'm going to give you the girly version, okay? Because I know most of us on here are girls. And so you want to know what it smells like. So I'm going to actually pull it out right now and tell you exactly what it smells like. This is Petitgrain. It's from the bitter orange tree.
In Paraguay. And
it's sourced in Paraguay, which is actually now part of their co-impact sourcing. You can see on the screen right here, the bitter orange tree or plant. It has 3 separate parts to it that has been distilled into essential oil. So you have the bitter orange, which is the fruit. And I know we've heard of neroli. That actually comes from the flowering petals on it. And then we have the leaves and the twigs, that extend from the leaves. And that is where we get, as you can see on this first slide, we get petitgrain from the twigs and the leaves of that bitter orange tree. And now smelling it right now, it is very herbaceous. It has a bit of I even put a drop under my tongue earlier today because I really like to really internalize and taste it to get the full experience. Tastes very similar to lavender, surprisingly enough.
Like lavender.
It has very similar constituents as lavender, which is what Frank's going to talk about with you in just a second. So we're actually calling this, say it,
Oh yeah, so
Mavender.
Mavender.
There we go.
So it actually is like, it's really great how Petitgrain is. So there was a side-by-side comparison of the constituents of, you can see that it's extremely similar to lavender, right? But it's going to have more of like that woody kind of, it's like,
very woody.
It's going to have that woody. What's really awesome that I like is that it's slightly floral. Okay. You can definitely pick up the citrus, of course. And then I really like the herbaceous kind of woody smell to it. But anyway, that's sort of like the notes of it. Now, when you look at Petitgrain versus lavender, from what I remember, it has over 60 kind of constituents that can be effective, if you will. Whereas, there you go, so 64 total compounds, whereas Petitgrain has 17 total compounds. But as you can see on this slide, right? Well, where do we go? Oh, where are you at? I apologize for all the flipping.
I don't know. You got to go the other way.
Anyway, I'll get to it in 1 second. But anyway, what we are looking at is with lavender having so many compounds, it's sort of like one of those like kind of catch-all, if you will, essential oils. Whereas Petitgrain, with it only having 17 compounds, it is very specific for what it can actually do. The two major constituents are going to be the linalool acetate, and it's going to also be the linalool. And both of those are also present within lavender. Now, the best part about it is that these are really the only two major constituents. Yeah, there is, of course, like we said, about 17 others, but these are the two major ones. So think of lavender kind of, really kind of concentrated in a way of this provides specific benefit, whereas lavender is one of those ones that can provide benefit for many different things. The reason why the Petitgrain is being jokingly referred to by us menfolk as Mavender is because this has a better kind of flavor as well as smell profile.
More manly.
With it being more woodsy, if you will, that when we put it on, I suppose, like the way that Dr. Hill said it, we don't necessarily want to feel like a field of fresh flowers. So it's really nice to be able to have sort of that bitter, harsh, kind of herbaceous smell to it. So we're jokingly referred to it as Mavender. So even when you actually internalize it, surprisingly for me today when I had some, it actually had a lavender finish. So that must have been that linalool acetate and that linalool as well. So
it comes in a 15 milliliter bottle. It's $26 wholesale, $34.66 retail. You will get the full 26 PV for this when you order it.
It's available October 3rd.
Exactly. All of these are going to be available for you October 3rd.
All right, so let's see what is there any other. Yeah. Yep, you can do all those.
Topical, aromatic, and internal.
I've actually added it to the. The Veterans Blend.
Yes.
Which we'll talk about Serenity here in a second, but you can see that it does a really great job with feelings of calmness. It's really, really amazing for its kind of like restfulness in terms of its sleep and stuff like that, and it's really great for just kind of like that overall, like it's got that really great woodsy profile, like I said, and so when you think lavender, you should think Petitgrain. You know what I mean? Think lavender, think Petitgrain.
Petitgrain now, it will fit into the category of calming oils like Serenity and Peace and lavender and bergamot and vetiver, okay? So it kind of fits into that category right there.
So it was kind of cool, by the way, about what linalool does. If you haven't checked out doTERRA's science blog, I urge you to go check it out. It actually has some really great, educated data that has been sourced out of a lot of like mainstream articles in reference to the effectiveness of essential oils. And really what this is it was really funny. Like when Dr. Hill was actually presenting this, he did a great job of staying compliant, but it was like talking in a way that people could still kind of understand where he was coming from. Long story short, though, is that with linalool, when we're talking about action potentials, there are these things called sodium and potassium channels that are in the nervous system in particular. And really what it's good for is once it calms excitability, it will actually help your peripheral nervous system. So think arms, think legs. It'll help those actually calm down. So that's another great use for Petitgrain, is that it actually helps calm excitable nerves, if you will. So it's really, really, really nice in that benefit as well. We talked about what's called the HPA axis, which stands for the hypothalamus, pituitary, and adrenal glands. And what's really awesome is that Petitgrain actually affects all three of these in terms of its ability to regulate those hormones the way that they're supposed to be within the normal levels. And so really, once again, this is just discussing not only as a rehash about the excitability of those sodium-potassium pathways or channels, if you will, but also the immune suppression pathway. So additionally, he talked about blood pressure. I like to look at a blood vessel as like a piece of hose that's kind of cut. You can sort of see like the smooth interior of it. You can usually see sort of like the more meatier thickness of it, which is the tunica media here in this picture, and the adventitia, which is actually just the outside of it. And so, with it talking in reference to blood pressure, of course, we can't necessarily say that Petitgrain can affect blood pressure, but, we're not going to necessarily talk about blood pressure being too high. And we're also not going to talk about blood pressure being too low and what Petitgrain can do to those. So instead, we like to talk about what blood pressure can actually be regulated in the normal values, if you will, when you actually consider its use. And so, this is just talking about how the linalool acetate and the linalool actually create a sustained progressive relaxation of vascular smooth muscle. If you go back one slide, so that smooth muscle is actually right there in that tunica media as well. So it's a good thing when that linalool and linalool acetate actually cause that relaxation, because it has a positive effect for maintaining normal blood pressure.
So you can use 2 to 3 drops in a capsule to support healthy blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Right. Spikenard. Are you wanting to talk about Spikenard, Sean?
Go for it.
Okay. Well, she's gonna dig out the Spikenard. Let me pull up really quick about what the prices and all that kind of good stuff are gonna be. So,
all right, I don't know. Can you guys see me, because I can't see ourselves at all?
Yeah.
I was gonna show you what the little bottle looks like.
Yeah, let's actually see. Can people see us?
Okay.
Okay.
We'll
cool.
say
All right,
yes.
cool.
Okay. Good.
All right.
Okay, so hopefully you didn't see me eating my chips and salsa to the side, but we're still kind of getting back in the groove of things right here, and we have no food in the house. Anybody else go home and have absolutely no food left in the house? All right. Okay, so Spikenard, the scientific name right there is, I'm going to make my husband say
Nardostachys jatamanzi.
We were joking about it earlier.
Nardostachys jatamanzi.
This is an amazing story of sourcing in Nepal. Obviously, since we've been a huge supporter of Nepal, they wanted to do even more.
If you know, we source that beautiful pink wintergreen from Nepal in reference to those horrible earthquakes that actually hit that area last year.
And this is an incredibly hard oil to source in Nepal. It has to be sourced at a very high altitude, and it's from the flowering plant of the valerian family. And so it's sourced up in the high regions of the Himalayan mountains. And this little bottle right here will tell you more about what you can get, what it does. And I mean, guys, this is the new frankincense. Let me just say that.
It's a great way to just cover it. Yeah.
It is wholesale. You're going to get this 5 milliliter bottle for $49.50. Retail at $60, and you get the full PV $49.50 for it. So I'm going to let my husband tell you more about the constituents and the many uses of spikenard.
So one of the first things that I smell when I open up this spikenard is going to be a musty smell to it. It definitely has a musty smell. It's definitely woodsy. The reason being is because it's woodsy and stemmy, if you will, because it does in fact come from the root of the spikenard plant. And so what's really great is, like, during the co-impact sourcing video that was played in reference to spikenard, was that these ladies go up the mountain and haul. Wow, I tell you what, they haul these massive 100-pound sacks of both wintergrain as well as spikenard back up and down the mountain, and we're talking Himalayas here, so these are no joke mountains. But anyway, what's really great is that, being a lover of sustainable agriculture, what's awesome is that they actually pull the plants and then they harvest about 90% of the root, and then they put 10% of the root back into where they harvested it from, in order to make sure that it actually reroots and it actually can grow another plant. So sustainable agricultures are absolutely awesome. And so, like Jackie said, if you think about it, the spikenard is kind of like being referred to as a different type or newer frankincense, or something that can be like frankincense. But frankincense, just like lavender, is a very kind of prolific multi-constituent containing compound.
This one is it.
And so like spikenard is like petitgrain. So spikenard, as you can see in the slide here, there's only about 4 to 6 compounds inside of it that actually comprises up to 70% of its chemistry.
And there's only one main constituent in this. In many of the other essential oils, there's many constituents. Dr. Hill explained that more isn't always better when it comes to essential oils and constituents. And so what makes this very, very an incredible oil is there's one main constituent, which is jatamunson.
Similar to its scientific name.
Yeah.
It's jatamunson.
Jatamunson.
Yeah.
97% of the compounds in spikenard exist on average at less than 1% per constituent.
Just let that soak in. Just let that soak in for a second. All right. If it's soaked in, honestly what that's saying right there? I mean, does anybody know what that's saying right there? I mean, it's pretty much. You can see that it's really just super profound in the sense that it's that one constituent doing a great deal of work. And what's awesome about spikenard is we'll talk about the benefits of it as well in terms of what it can do. But it's almost like one of those questions you gotta ask yourself, almost what can't it do? So. And
it comes from the root of the spikenard tree.
Mm-hmm. Spikenard plant, yeah. All right, why is this not going forward? You take care of it. I'm not the.
I can't remember why I did that. Sorry.
It's okay.
There you go. There's some of the monoterpenes and the sesquiterpenes.
Sesquiterpenes. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
You rock.
There you go.
All right, so that's just a quick slide. You'll come back to this often because you want to know what your monoterpenes are and your sesquiterpenes. And if you, once again, if you check out the Terra Science blog, it's got a really great chart that will show you all the different major constituents, almost even like limonene and all that kind of stuff will actually be on there. And it'll show you what these compounds inside of each one of those are. And then, of course, what they can help you with your body systems, if you will. So here's like, this is a nice chart that we saw.
This was awesome. Okay, so these are like everything that spikenard does. And that's why this oil is kind of like the new frankincense, like I said, because it can help so many different health issues and support so many different body systems, which I thought was incredible. So, using spikenard and frankincense together, if you have anything going on, you're probably good.
Oh, wow. All right, so this was non-internal use. All right, so it's a topical aromatic use oil. And then, of course, you can, look at it for the purpose of having clear, fresh-looking skin. You can mix it with wood or floral oils, obviously, but it's totally going to help with irritated skin.
It's really good for skin.
Here's what's awesome is that you can actually use it both respiratory-wise. And when you combine it with something like lime or eucalyptus, you're going to get that synergistic effect. And because spikenard actually can also be an influencer of other oils. So just like frankincense, how you put frankincense with something in it, usually either helps penetration or helps the effectiveness of the other oil. So, and then it was just kind of wrapping up things. You can use it for touch points, if you will.
For relaxation.
Yeah.
To support your mood. Okay.
I'll let you talk about that one, Mom.
He likes me talking about all these mommy ones, but I'm really excited about this. One of the best things they did, and doTERRA listens, and they listen to all of us, everyone who sends an email, everything that the diamonds and above, we all kind of come together and send emails and kind of recommendations for things. And one of the ones that we really, really wanted to see them change, especially after they changed the Lifelong Vitality back to folate, was we wanted to see them change the A to Z chewable vitamins for our kids back over to folate. And so now it uses a natural form of folate, which comes from the lemon peel. And they've changed the flavor where it's not so, our kids think it's sour.
Yeah.
And it was strawberry. So they've changed it now to watermelon. It is still 1950 PV, and you can still add this to your customize and save along with the fish oil when you do the Lifelong Vitality or the daily nutrient pack. So this is a great change. I'm very excited about this change, and my kids love this already. They've already had it.
And that cognitive blend, by the way, that cognitive blend, think just brain blend. Those are all really, really good.
For brain development.
Yeah, those are all fantastic for what she just said. So really, really great.
So this was just, a fact of kind of where our children are missing out on nutrients that they need. Our kids need proper vitamins. They don't all eat perfect. My child will not eat vegetables. I can't believe it. I mean, we've raised him on vegetables and now he refuses them. So I love knowing that I can give him the A to Z to kind of fill those nutritional gaps that picky eaters aren't getting. So you can use it morning and night. I give my kids, I will be honest with you, they get 2 in the morning because I know that I'm going to forget at night. But ideally, with vitamins, you want to kind of spread it out. So 1 in the morning, 1 at night. All right, so this is the new PB Assist Junior. This was something that we also were begging doTERRA to come up with. I mean, we take the PB Assist and love it, but I've tried to get my 7-year-old to swallow that pill, and she will not. And even my mother-in-law, who is over today, she has a hard time swallowing pills, so I gave her one of these to try, and she loved it. So this is a new probiotic powder, and so if you guys have heard me speak before, you know how I talk all about Terrazyme and probiotics and how your body absolutely needs them. I don't care how healthy you eat. You need probiotics and you need Terrazyme. And so this is a kid's version, which comes in a powder to where you actually just open it up and they can pour it right into their mouth. It's sweetened with xylitol, so it's not disgusting. They're going to enjoy and they're going to really, really love the taste of it. But the really great thing about this is that not only does it contain 6 strains of probiotic strains and 5 billion live cells, but here's the really cool thing. Okay, you know how our PB Assist, the adult version, is entercoated. It's encapsulated, which means there's a capsule and a capsule. And the reason why that is because our esophagus and our stomach acid can actually ruin the probiotic before it even gets into our gut.
And that's what it's supposed to do.
Right. That's what our stomach's supposed to do.
Stomach is supposed to destroy
So
bacteria.
it's entercoated, so to ensure that it actually makes it into our gut to where it can, dispense those strains and live cells that our gut needs. The same is true for these. These little, and have you taken any today? Mm-hmm. You already had it, so I can't open it up?
No, I have not had it. So.
Oh, okay.
But no, you know what? I've had a half of the sachet.
Oh, wow.
So, but who could always not use
They're
more?
really small. It's like powder, but each little powder is encapsulated just like the adult PB Assist to make sure that it reaches the intestines safely. And so I love that. I thought that was amazing, and how incredible that each little, it's almost like a grain of sand.
So what's awesome about this, not to cut Jackie off because she's doing awesome, but what's awesome about this is that this is a cool technology in which they're actually sending them to a gentleman or actually a company that can literally put the enteric coating on top of the live cultured cells. And they do this individually, by the way, folks. So texture, if I had to give you the texture of what it tastes like, what it feels like, when you have it there in the mouth, is if Pop Rocks and Fun Dip had a child, it would be PB Assist, but obviously much more healthy than either one of those two. That's what it actually kind of tastes like without, describing it too much further. And what's really awesome about it is also has prebiotic fibers, which I don't know if you know this or not, but the PB Assist, you open it and you're like, wow, what's that clear capsule with that weird green capsule in there? So that weird green capsule in PB Assist is actually chlorophyll. And the chlorophyll gets digested once it hits the gut, but it actually acts as a food source for those bacteria so they can actually start setting up shop and taking over inside of the gut like we want them to. And PB Assist is no different. It actually has that enteric coating, and then it also has some prebiotic fibers that will help it start to proliferate once it hits the kiddo's gut. So,
you mix this in cold water if you want to. You can put it in applesauce. You can put it in yogurt. You can put it in smoothies. But you don't want to put it in hot water because it's live cells. It's live probiotic. I'm also going to stick this in the fridge, just like I do my PB Assist. You don't have to, but I figured, hey, if there's something living in here, then it might want to stay in a nice cold environment. So that's kind of my justification for sticking it in the fridge. You'll get 30 sachets in a box, and it tastes like strawberry melon, which it absolutely does, and it's delicious. I mean, it's so good. We all were kind of downing them during the session to, what was it, Friday or Thursday? We just couldn't believe how amazing it was. It's really good. So they're $24.50. You're going to get 30 sachets in a box, so that's a month worth. If you look at probiotics and the cost of them, you will see that this is actually a really great deal. So I'm excited about this. I'm very, very excited about this. And my kids took it this morning for the first time, and they loved it.
That's just, yeah, that's just showing what that is. That's a diagram description.
That's how they encapsulated it right there. So
there's the two together, and then there's all 23. It was pretty sweet. And
we're going to kind of go through the rest of them. There was a speech on sleep, which we're not really going to go into talking a lot about, but we are going to tell you about an awesome, awesome new product that doTERRA has now created. I don't know about you, but with Serenity, I love Serenity, and I didn't think it could get better, but it actually could. And now what they've done is they've taken our Serenity and they've only made it better. Now, smell-wise, it smells the exact same, okay? So don't be worried. Literally, to me, it smells the exact same. It smells like the same old Serenity. But now there's more of those medicinal benefits because now they've added 3 of the woodsy oils that are really great for calming and for rest. And that is hoe wood, cedar wood, and a root, which is vetiver. So when I go to bed at night, I always do Serenity and vetiver. Now I only have to do my Serenity. So I'm very, very happy that I won't need to do both.
So when I was making my Veterans Blend, if you guys have been talking about that with other folks, I was doing the balance, vetiver, and Serenity. What's pretty cool is that this now actually has all of that within it. And so, now all I've got to do is just a little fractionated coconut oil, and I'm good to go. And then, of course, I add my Mavender.
Your Mavender to it, yes. All right, so another product from the Serenity line, guys. This is I'm just excited about this one because there are so many people who have sleep issues. And this is a soft gel that is, they're calling it the Serenity Restful Complex. Let me pull up the price, baby. There's 60 soft gels in it, and it looks really funny, guys, because it's actually whole herb and lavender. So you have lavender oil in it, which is the only essential oil. And then you have 3 herbs, passion flower, German chamomile, and lemon balm, which is our Melissa, our wonderful Melissa. And so you have those in it, which is you're supposed to take 2 of these before you go to bed at night, about 30 minutes before you go to bed at night. And this is going to help support a really good restful sleep for you guys. We actually gave a few to our farmhand tonight who has crazy insomnia. And I can't wait to see how this actually helps him. So you see right there, they've added the cedarwood, hoe wood, and vetiver. And there's the Serenity Restful Complex, which has the lavender essential oil, L-theanine, passion flower, lemon balm, and German chamomile.
All right, so let me give you the science on this, right? So L-theanine, right? So there is absolutely new data and new studies that are being shown. It's one of those kind of newer on the market type things. So just kind of pay attention to L-theanine. You're welcome to, ask Dr. Google or something like that if you're curious about what exactly is being done with it. But long story short is that here's this. So if we can see if it was done. All right, so this is going to be, by the way, let me just talk about this really quick before I go back to what I was going to say. This is available, or this will be available as a kit, if you will. You'll be able to get the Serenity Complex and then, of course, the newer oil, which you can use for diffusion while you're sleeping at night. So what's great about the Serenity Complex, okay, is as a person who practiced medicine, as a physician assistant, I always want to know evidence-based medicine. And doTERRA did a great job of actually meeting that. They did a great job of actually meeting that, right?
This is awesome.
So the things that we're looking for in terms of, is it a good evidence-based medicine study, is it IRB approved? So IRB stands for the Investigational Review Board. And then of course, we probably have also heard the terminology of having it placebo-controlled, a double-blind study, and that's exactly what doTERRA did. And so doTERRA had about 200 folks that they had for putting them into this study about Serenity, if you will, the new Serenity complex. And there was some really great inclusion data. And so the number dropped significantly to about 59 folks. And so, you ask yourself, well, how did 141 people drop out? It's because of that inclusion criteria, which means, if you had like a significant medical concern, or if you were taking any other types of supplements or prescription medications, these kicked you out. I mean, you weren't allowed to participate if you were, these were some of your habits, if you will, or some of your conditions. And so about 59 joined actually into the test group. I think just over 50 ended up finishing, and the 50 ended up finishing because they ended up, just really not having you're throwing me off with that, by the way. Just ended up not having the need, if you will, to finish. And anyway, long story short is that they use these things called Likert scales. I know I'm getting super crazy with the statistics stuff, but anyway, what they did was they showed in multiple categories. And when we're talking about significant statistical data, you start capturing all of this data and you analyze it to say, if we were to do this with other larger portions of the population, would it actually be reproducible data? And doTERRA found that in the vast majority of what they actually looked at, they actually saw that there was statistically significant data. Here's the best part. It's actually going to be a published study. And so there is where doTERRA is really trying to get heads and shoulders above all the other direct sales companies out there, is because doTERRA still tries to pride itself as not only an essential oil company, but it really is a science-based essential oil company. And so super exciting. There was actually at least 3 or 4 more other presenters that actually all talked about their particular types of scientific studies that we might talk about here in the future. But every one of them are going to be starting to be published in mainstream journals. So pretty exciting stuff.
We have so much information, guys. So I hope you're okay with this being a little bit of a longer call.
We're still only at 37 minutes. We're doing great.
That's true. We were trying to get it all done in an hour for you so you can get on with your bed. The new emotional aromatherapy line now comes in roller bottles in a touch kit. So it looks like this.
Love it.
Can you pull it up on there so I can see the price?
Love it. It's 100. I know
it's
that.
It's 100. That's
100.
right. So if you get the whole kit together, it's 100. And I am 95% sure they said you actually can purchase them individually. But if somebody could confirm that, who was at convention in the chat, that would be wonderful, because I'm just kind of doubting myself because I didn't write that down. But the cool thing is,
sounds like you need passion then.
The cool thing is it comes in its own proprietary bottle. So here's the great part: a stainless steel roll-on bottle. So, this one's for good. I love this one. So it comes in a roll-on bottle, and it was confirmed that you can actually pop the lid off when you're done and refill it up and reuse the bottles. In the stainless steel roll-on bottle, I believe you guys can see me, but it rolls literally on so smooth, so much easier to roll on than the regular plastic ones. So very great. These are great for children because they're pre-diluted, just like the other oils in the touch kit are. And I am very happy about these emotional support oils.
Now you gotta click on it. Now you gotta click on it.
All right, so here's some of my favorite products right here. I'm so excited about this.
I'll see you in a bit.
Okay, Frank's gonna go watch YouTube.
I'm still gonna make a video of myself.
Don't leave. There's more for you to share.
Of myself and my friends doing the spa day.
You gotta help me with this, honey.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, I got you. Okay.
Hold on, let me pull up I'm gonna post a link in our group that kinda is awesome for you guys to look at. All right, so these they have a whole new spa line, which I am so happy about, because not all of us, let's just face it, we don't have the time to make our own soap. We don't have the time to make our own body butter. We don't have the time to make our own lotions and stuff. So doTERRA's got you covered. And another really cool thing is they've made a lot of their current body products, like the hand and body lotion, they have cleaned up the ingredients and it is more natural. So I'm so happy with this spa line. It's natural. This body bar smells so good. It's bergamot and grapefruit. You can buy it in one bar, and you can also buy it in 3 bars. And if you buy it in the 3-pack, it's $14.50 wholesale. And if you buy it in the 1-pack, go back one.
Okay.
And then the 1-pack, it's actually $6.75. So you pretty much almost get one for free if you buy it in the 3-pack.
And that's actually not much more expensive than other natural soaps that we make.
It's not.
So
I mean,
we charge
soap
sometimes $70. $70.
Soap from the farmer's market is like $6-7 each.
Yeah.
So this is an awesome deal, and you're going to get 5 PV for 1 bar back in free products. So, all right, next. So for those of you who don't like using bar soap, doTERRA has now created a brand new body wash with bergamot, grapefruit, and cedarwood essential oils. It has coconut oil, salt surfactant, and an omega-9 fatty acid cleanser.
But that's not all.
And it smells very neutral. So those of you who are men on the call, and I did see you, Aaron, on there,
nice.
It is very manly, but it's also very feminine. So I don't like very flowery soaps anyway. I love this. I used it today. I shaved my legs with it. It lathers up really, really well. And it is a refreshing body wash with your wonderful essential oils. How was that? Was that good?
Fantastic.
They should have put me up there.
There it is right there. I see it right there.
Okay. Guys, doTERRA has been working on this for a long time, and I don't know why it took them so long because, I mean, all you need is mud. Okay? So, I don't know about you guys, but I have tried to make my own clay before, and it has, like, dripped down, gotten all over me. So I'm very happy with this detoxifying mud mask. This has bentonite clay, kaolin clay in it, and it's got your oils that are great for your face. Juniper berry is amazing for your skin, along with myrrh and grapefruit. It smells good, and it's mineral rich in Amazonian clay. This is price. Up right there.
I'm being clicked at. Sorry.
Being clicked. It's $14.50. It's 12 PV back. You're going to get 12 PV back, okay? So, you know, with the things that aren't essential oils, sometimes the PV isn't exactly equal because it costs more to package it up and stuff. So you've got your new detoxifying mud mask.
Absolutely wonderful.
Another great one in the new EO Spa line is the exfoliating body scrub. And I'm gonna see if anyone had any questions on that one back there.
I can answer them at the end.
Okay, good. So this is another thing that literally smells so good. And I did lick it because I wanted to make sure that it was sugar. And it tastes good. And it has those oils in there that are just going to be very invigorating. Very good for your skin, very invigorating. And it's got that gentle sugarcane exfoliator in it. So very happy about this one. Again, $19.50. PV, you're looking at $15 back in PV, okay? So it's almost pretty equal, but not quite there. But this is a natural indulgent that you guys are going to absolutely love. Follow this up with your brand new body butter. Guys, I don't know if you have smelled Douglas fir yet. Douglas fir is probably one of my favorite smelling oils. This body butter it's not heavy. So I know my homemade body butters, because they're so coconut oil based, they're kind of heavy. And, you know, if you go outside in the humidity and start sweating, you look like a slippery little, you just look very slippery. So as you can see, it kind of blended, it actually soaked right into my skin, which is very dry after leaving Salt Lake City. And I've actually been putting this on my lips as well because my lips got super, super chapped in Salt Lake City. It's so dry there. But this smells really good. You can smell that frankincense and Douglas fir and wild orange in it.
Here's one for you. We did this one earlier. We're doing it again.
Oh, I thought you were going to do something to me.
No, not at all. It's a good one to put instead of
a beard. Okay, there you go. You man beard people. All right, there are.
As opposed to a woman beard, right?
Well, you know, we get those stray hairs every now and then that they could grow like an inch long. Okay, we have these new.
North Carolina in the bottom.
Yes.
That's Douglas fir.
We have the new lip balms, which I so love. You have your old one there. Okay, it's just repackaged up. Okay, they did some repackaging to make it look nice. I love the new packaging, by the way, because I love brown. You got your original, which is wild orange and peppermint, and now you have an herbal one, which includes. Oh gosh, I can't find it. There it is. Lemon verbena. Oh. You also got marjoram and spearmint in it. Okay, so, and then you have the tropical one, which is, I love this tropical one. It smells delicious. So you got these three.
They're all different. Oh wait,
you can buy them individually for $6.50 still, and then you can get them all together for $15 wholesale. All right, and that would be 10 PV. So $15 wholesale for all three, or one for $6.50. So get them by the 3-pack. There is our beloved rose oil, which, by the way, if you guys did not know, when you purchase rose, all 100% of the proceeds go to Healing Hands. That is one of the best ways you can support the Healing Hands Foundation, which gives back enormously. And
I think with the sales of rose oil, let me do the math really quick, because I want to make sure that I don't do it an injustice. So rose lotion sells for $20 a bottle. Last year, was it last year? Or was it this year?
2016.
Can't remember the date. Anyway, I think that it may have been last year. So they sold 55,000 units of rose lotion last year, which actually equivocates to 1.1 million.
That's amazing.
That went right to Healing Hands.
Still got the Citrus Bliss lotion. It's in the new bottle now with the EO Spa stuff, so much prettier. And then, oh goodness, it messed up some of my slides.
It did.
So you also have this hand and body lotion. They cleaned up some of the ingredients in this. It's always been fragrance free because they want you to add your favorite essential oils to that. Okay, so it's got the sunflower and coconut oils in it now, so it's a little bit heavier is what I've heard. But much better. It moisturizes much better. So. And
that L22 moisturizer, that's the same moisturizer that you'll see in Immortelle. Yeah, so that was what that is. That's the I don't know, but that's technically I don't know why the slides got mixed up. That's actually the Serenity Complex study data is what that is. So. As you can see, the purple represents folks who actually got the complex, and then the green was folks who got, I think it was just a soft gel filled with vegetable oil or something like that. But as you can see, every one of them was higher. So,
these are the 11 ways that doTERRA tests their oils, guys. 11 ways. The next company that comes close to that is somebody who tests their oils 6 ways. So the really cool thing I noticed, it is a science-based company, and I don't know if for those who were there at convention, you could probably confirm it. There was this very quiet confidence about each of the speakers that were up there. They were very confident in their oils, and now I'm about to tell you guys about an amazing resource that's going to be at your fingertips about looking up your pedigree by the lot number to see the testing on it and to see where it's sourced and to see the GCMS testing on it, which that is actually unheard of in the essential oil company. So I think that is in the next few slides. You keep pushing the button. You can go past these.
This is just whether we're talking about that competitor.
That is the A2Z. It still has the little smiley face on it. There's the PB Assist.
That's the Wrestle Complex. So those are the 3 flowers that are in it.
Oh, these are our unicorns. We had a unicorn party on the street party night on Thursday.
Kobe Calais, right?
The Kobe Calais concert. So I put in some of our team on there. We had so much fun, guys. If you guys can come to convention, please come. This is the best way to connect with all of us and your team. And I mean, we would love to have you here. We have this guy to thank for our sanity. This is our account manager, Spencer Muse. He is on speed dial and he helps us out so much with so many things behind the scenes that go on in this business. So once you guys hit silver, you'll have your own account manager as well. My slides got all mixed up, but I'm kind of going to catch you guys up on some of the things that you missed. This is just distributor retention. So doTERRA is at a 65 to 70% retention. The industry standard is 15%. And as you can see, this just shows the weeks going on with the distributors and how they stay loyal to doTERRA. It doesn't hardly ever drop. You see it goes from 100% and it steadies out right there at 90% retention, which is incredible for all of us who sell essential oils. So, all right. These are the countries where we do co-impact sourcing. So I showed you guys the first slide, the countries where we source all over, but the co-impact sourcing, these are the countries that we do co-impact sourcing, and this is growing by the day. These were just some things. They kind of caught us up on a lot of the things that doTERRA has, made highlight in. And we were in Forbes as how we are reinventing the supply chain for having an impact on poverty with the co-impact sourcing model. All right, so this is the source to you. This is what I wanted to tell you guys about with the testing. This is actually live right now. You can go to sourcetoyou.com. And in the next few months, they hope to have everything up there. But right now, you can still go up there. You can look at who our growers and where we grow and harvest and who we use for, all around the world where we grow the oils, our distillers, the scientists behind doTERRA, the practitioners, and you. This is the really cool thing about what you can do with this. You are going to be able to take your bottle of oil, whatever bottle you have, look at the lot number, which is right there on the bottom, all right? And you're gonna be able to type that lot number in on sourcetoyou.com, and you'll be able to look up the GCMS testing and also kind of where the oil came from. This is doTERRA being transparent. And this is what is going to really, we are already the #1 essential oil company in the world, hands down. That's not just coming from me. That's coming from news articles and different things around the world that is unbiased. doTERRA, it's known. We are the #1 essential oil company in the world. This is only going to make us rise even higher. Being completely transparent like this is exactly what all of us need. And so when you're in a class or when you're talking to somebody who's read some blog article about essential oils and how, whatever it might be, okay? You'll be able to say, you know what, let me show you the testing on this oil that I'm holding right here for you. And you'll be able to look it up, and you'll be able to show them right then and there what the testing is, where the oil is sourced, everything about that bottle of oil. Unbelievable, right? This is great. This is probably the best news of the whole convention. This had me sold completely. This is just fun. I'm going to kind of scroll through these pretty quickly because we're getting close to the end. And I think I've talked about all the oils, but I'm just going to cover a few more things. This was a fun little kind of routine that you can use daily with your essential oils. And you can kind of see on the screen, you can put some of the emotional oils on a terracotta disc, and then some of the ways that you can use those emotional supportive oils throughout your day. Citrus Bliss, Elevation, Passion, Motivate. You can diffuse all these. Use these during the day to kind of wake you up, freshen you up, waken you up, balance your emotions. And then in the evening, you've got Forgive, Console, and Peace, which is part of the emotional line, which is really great for diffusing before you go to bed. And like my daughter likes to do, put a drop on her pillow. And then you've got the new Serenity Complex, which the old one is going to be replaced with the new one. All right, so the old one will not be available. It's going to be completely, eliminated, and the new blend will now be sold in its place, which, like I said, is better. Okay, this is another really cool thing, guys. They've really updated the Daily Drop app, and all of the videos are available for you to watch at any time, not just one at a time anymore. And then also they created this mood app on there where you can go on there and you can kind of determine, what oils you should use based on your mood. So this is really, really like a fun little quiz you can do. And then here is a fun application chart. I love this because sometimes I don't know where to put the oils or what would be the best place to put the oils at. And this one kind of shows you the best place to put those emotional aromatherapy oils, especially if you've got your touch kit, because you can apply them directly to those spots that is recommended. So if you want to screenshot that right now, because I found this very helpful. I've already looked it up a few times as I was applying my oil. So you want to quickly screenshot that right now before I pan over to the next one.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, keep going because that was mixed up. All right, what's that?
Oh, wow. So this is what I'm going to be honest with you. So this is like probably one of the coolest things, but you have to kind of be willing to have somebody who wants to speak to your inner geek. Because I love this stuff, but I'm going to tell you right now, folks, it is where I think I saw lots of nodding in agreement. I think I saw lots of this going on.
All right. So should we skip it?
No, because this is actually huge. So anyway, let me give you the long story short of what's going on with this, because data is just starting to be released in reference to this one. So all the oils, blends, things like that you see on the left, those are all being tested, right? These are the different types of things that were being looked at that you can see on the bullets on the right, right? Looking at anything, trying to come up with any types of discernible correlations, if you will, between the two. The expression data has been off the chain. I know that just really looks like an old Atari game. I mean, seriously, that's what it looked like to me. But what's amazing is that actually as you can see right there in bullet number 2, 20,000 genes, all right, times 35 different oils. Wow, all right. So they were able to actually see the biochemical reactions that were happening with oils on the actual, the gene complexes that we're looking at. So it's unbelievable the data that they're actually pulling because of this. What's really, really cool about it is that, once again, this is going to be also published, as well as the fact that, I just lost train of thought. But anyway, what boggled my mind, I couldn't stop talking to Barrett. What I couldn't stop talking about was this cool 3D printer that they have to actually do all of this testing with. And boy, I tell you what, it just absolutely blows my mind. Why don't you go ahead and explain that one?
Well, first of all, I can't stand that they spelled frankincense wrong.
True.
I can't even really look at the slide because my inner editor in me is coming out.
Oh, yeah.
But let me just tell you, a scientist presented this. So wasn't it a scientist?
Yes.
Or was he a doctor?
He's a researcher.
Okay. Anyways, he was really smart. But
Extremely.
Obviously, if, he really should learn how to spell frankincense. All right, so let me get off that. This was... And I'm going to have to try to stay compliant a little bit. I don't have to really stay that compliant.
Yeah, you do.
Because we're on a private call.
We'll stay.
All right, we will. But let's just say that you explain this. You're so much better.
So anyway, what it's just saying is each oil by itself is going to be a lot less active, if you will, than if you actually have a synergistic approach. So think of 1 + 1 = 3, right? So using them together, it improves the actual activity of them on a cellular level. That's really what this slide is in fact saying. Oh, there you go. Matter of fact, there is.
I didn't do that.
What?
So,
you want me to tell?
Lemongrass and frankincense together they were researched and found to be absolutely an amazing duo for somebody who needs to have cellular support, all right, at the cellular level, who might even be going through some kind of.
So this is why you need to be a convention, because here's the deal. None of the folks who actually presented in terms of the scientists aren't bound. You know what I mean? So like, it's really nice to see like when they're actually doing this data and what it's doing on a cellular level. So lemongrass and frankincense were shown in like, well, I tell you what, it must have been like 5 different organ systems and like at least 20 different tissues, to where they actually had a significant benefit to that actual cell and all of the metabolic processes that happen to it. So it is unbelievable what the data that is being brought about because of these. So.
And if you're a prancer, right?
Yeah, if you're a prancer.
If you're a prancer, it rhymes with prancer. So there you go.
Dancer.
And dancer.
And Donner. And Blitzen. We're getting there.
I think you guys got it. Okay. This is our amazing core group of leaders. These are my frontline leaders. We got to sit down and really enjoy each other's company. I felt like I got to connect with all of 100 people on our team a lot. I mean, I loved this time together. But anyways, these people help lead this team. And so it's not just me. It's not just Frank. It's everybody. So just wanted to share that with you guys. This was awesome. Okay, this was the physicians panel. All of these guys sitting on the stage are physicians, and they each talked about, different objections that people have to using essential oils. One of them was
internal usage.
And actually, this guy talking right now had this long speech about mucous membranes and how your mucous membranes are just fine if you were to internalize essential oil. Obviously, we don't go downing 15 drops or anything like that, but, say you were to take 1 or 2 drops internally, digest them. Your mucous membranes are not going to burn and fall apart. In fact, what was unbelievable to me was that this guy talking right now asked all of those physicians, what did he say?
He said, can the board of the panelists please stand?
And they stood, they opened their bottle of essential oils, they clinked bottles, and then they took a shot under the tongue. So if that didn't make me confident using essential oils internally, then whew. And these guys are all doctors. There's a pediatrician who talked about using essential oils on children. This was one of my favorite parts of convention, which is why you have to be there. You just have to. This was our team party. Emily Wright showed up, and I can't believe I kept this a secret for so long, because I so wanted to tell all of you guys that she was going to be there, but she showed up and surprised everybody, and it was just so beautiful. She talked for about 10-15 minutes, motivated the junk out of all of us, and this was just such a wonderful time. And there's our entire team. There's a few people missing, but that's our entire team right there. And oh goodness, we just had such a wonderful time together, didn't we? The love of a single heart can make a world of difference. This was a speech. This Immaculée Ilibagiza. I read her book the day before convention started. It's called Left to Tell, and she was a refugee from Rwanda that survived during the genocide in the 1990s. She hid in a bathroom with 7 other women. The bathroom was 3x4. They were sitting on top of each other for 3 months. They were not allowed to flush the toilet unless somebody in the other room flushed it, so they had to flush it at the same time. They were fed table scraps from the person who was hiding them. And during this time in the bathroom, Immaculée found her way, found her faith, and her heart started to soften. And she tells her story of forgiveness and how she was able to forgive those people who killed her entire family and killed thousands, 1 million people in Rwanda that were killed during this genocide. And so it was amazing. If you guys have a chance to get the book off Amazon, it's called Left to Tell, and it's by Immaculée. If you probably, search Left to Tell, you'll see it pop up, but it's an amazing book.
By the way, wonderful story of forgiveness, love, and passion.
Yes.
Wonderful story.
So good. Guys, if you want to come to Cancun with us, you are able to buy in for your trip. This was the incentive trip that many on our team won. If you didn't win, you can still go, and we want you to go, guys. This is the mastermind trip of the year. This is so much fun. It's probably our favorite doTERRA event, and we will absolutely go every single year because we love this. So the trip is in January from the 16th to the 20th. You will have a chance to meet Dr. Hill, to play volleyball with Emily Wright. You'll have a chance just to hang out with us poolside for hours and hours. And I just would love to see a lot of you guys there if you're able to go. The buy-in starts October 1st, and you'll be able to check doTERRA.com, go to our advocates, and then go to events to buy your ticket to come. Leadership Retreat is in 2 locations again this year. The first one is going to be in Orlando this time from February 28th to March 2nd, and then the second one will be in Long Beach, California. If you are silver rank or above and you need to rank, you need to hit that one time between August 1st and January 31st, 2017 to qualify to go to leadership. So I want to see you guys there. This is going to be so much fun. It's like convention all over again. All right. So want to see you guys there and hit your silver so you can come. Convention next year, write it down right now. You can actually purchase your ticket right now in advance. September 6th through the 9th in Salt Lake City. If you felt like you were missing out, you were.
You really did.
You really were missing out, we really want you guys to be there. This was incredible. Tours don't capture anything. People are typing right now in the chat. I hope you guys are. You can kind of, help me out here. This, there's no way to explain this trip. There's just there's no way. You will never fully comprehend the heart of doTERRA until you come to convention. And it's a beautiful heart. I don't want to cry anymore today, so I'm not going to talk much more about that. So there's the link right there to register. I've also posted it in our product support group. So Well-Oiled Product Discussion. You may go register right now, and you're going to be able to register through September 23rd. You'll be able to register for early bird. Okay, and I think it's cheaper too.
I think you save over $40.
Yeah. This is a new app that you can download, and what this app is, it's called Amplify. You have to buy it through the back office first, and then you download the app. And what it does is it automatically posts to your Facebook feed. And so it's auto-populated. It's like already, beautiful images with already a great description that you can probably, I'm assuming you can edit if you want to. And you schedule your post to share, or you just go in there and manually enter it. So if you never knew what to say or how to share on social media, then this is perfect. This is it for you. And it's $14.99 for the whole year. All right. So this kind of just shows you what to do to download it. And this just shows you some of those wonderful images that you're going to be able to use.
It's available now for download, but the problem is though is that it doesn't become active for
Yeah, it's not active yet.
Yeah, it doesn't become active for a little bit.
This is the Hope Blend, guys, and this was in our convention kit. So everyone who went to convention got it. I'm really, really hoping they make it available to everybody, just for the support that it can raise, but I'm not sure it's going to. I'll let Frank kind of talk about this because I don't want to cry.
All right, so Operation Underground Railroad. The gentleman who is actually the CEO of this nonprofit, talk about heart of gold. He came up and he just gave us a quick little synopsis on what he does and how his life has been transformed, how he just has to serve these human sex trafficking victims. Pretty amazing when you think of some of the statistics that he actually sort of, created. Like he had a metaphor of there's about 18,000 people in the arena that we were in. And he said it's equal to 13 of those arenas for it to actually be representative of folks that are involved in human trafficking right now.
Disgusting.
35 million people, folks, are with human trafficking or unfortunately are victims of human trafficking in the world. The man absolutely has a heart of gold, and what doTERRA has done is they have literally walked hand in hand with this organization to distribute these bottles that you can see if it has, if you pull the label off, you can see that you can actually contact Operation Underground Railroad.
So they're handing these out to the kids and the victims of sex trafficking. They've already given them $250,000, and they just matched it and handed them a check for another $250,000. So they've raised. doTERRA has raised $500,000 in support for the Operation Underground Railroad, and I want you guys go to that ourrescue.org and read more about it, because it's an incredible organization. So the purpose is they're going to hand these out to the kids and the women who are enslaved in sex trafficking, and they're going to tell them to peel it up if you need help, to peel the label up. And so the pimps and all that, they have no idea what this is, because they're just going to think it's another perfume or something like that someone gave them to make them smell nice. And this is what it has on it. So this is my bottle that I peeled up to show all of you guys. And this is exactly what they're handing out to the women and the kids who are in child trafficking.
Unbelievable, wonderful story. Hopefully we'll have a happy ending. Only can you want to talk about those? So
they didn't talk about this at convention, but this is in the back of the New Living magazine. There are updated enrollment kits, and I'm going to go through this really fast for you guys, because you can find the digital version of the Living magazine. doTERRA recently posted it on their Facebook page. If you look at the top left, the Natural Solutions Kit has a few things that have been removed, including Claricalm, and I can't remember what the other thing is. It might have been past tense, although that looks like that. No, that might be intent. Anyways, they've added shampoo and conditioner to the Natural Solutions Kit. The Cleanse and Restore Kit underneath that now has DDR Prime, and there is a new Aroma Touch Diffuse Kit, which has the Aroma Touch Kit and fractionated coconut oil and the petal diffuser, which this is a great kit, guys. This is an awesome starter kit. Home Essentials Kit is exactly the same. And then this is my new favorite kit. I love this kit. The Family Wellness Kit has many of the touch roller bottles. So you're talking On Guard, frankincense, Digest Zen, lavender, Melaleuca. And then it's also got some of the emotional supportive roll-on bottles like Cheer and
yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, Peace. Cheer and
Peace.
It's got the PB Assist, and it's got the A to Z. So the 2 kids vitamins and probiotics, and then it also has the Lifelong Vitality Kit. So this is an awesome new kit for families. This is great. And then, of course, we got the Family Physician Kit, which is now called the Family Essentials Kit, and the Beadlet. So just wanted to make sure that you guys knew about that, because I didn't. I had to discover that by looking at my Living magazine. There's some of our team on the last day. And this is a thumbs up for my kids. They love the new probiotics and vitamins. So that's it.
That's it. And that was him playing Spider-Man.
That's it, guys. If you stuck through with us, thank you so much for listening. Thank you guys so much for, share this with their teams. I'm going to be putting a recording in our product discussion group, and I most likely will also be emailing this out to anyone who, is part of, on our newsletter list. So,
all right. So let me take a look at the chat. Let's just see if people were actually chatting, or if anybody had a question. It's going to be tough because there was
just go to the bottom.
Lots and lots of things. Lots and lots of things. Oh, that's it.
Yeah, that's
cool.
Cool. All right, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and we'll see you guys next Monday night on our next call. Bye, everyone.